So I was actually having this conversation with a buddy of mine recently about the direction that red dots are taking. And right now I'm using Aimpoint as an example, the P2s as an example. It's We're in the golden age of guns. So when something like this costs $600, now before I even say anything about the P2, I have mentioned the P2 in some of my videos in the past, expressing that I had issues, and the issues that I had were fogging. That's the only issue I've ever had with P2s was fogging, internal fogging. So maybe there was a crack or a leak in the seal, whatever the issue was. I just that was the issue. I never had any issues with the brightness. Didn't have any issues with anything cracking or anything like that. I didn't visually see any cracking. I just knew that something's going on with the seal because it was fogging internally. That's the only issue I ever had with P2s. So, but other than that, as far as like the design goes, the looks, I loved this thing. I still love this thing. I think it's one of the best looking red dots optics out there right now. It's extremely versatile. It's one of the optics that I can acquire. I can acquire a target fairly easy. I mean, I don't know what it is about the way it's built, but like when I just present, it's just so much easier with the P2. And I've been a happy camper. So now the only issue I didn't put them on a lot of my things is because of that fogging issue. I live in Florida, so that's extremely important. So back then, if something is $600 and it's that type of issue is present, I just moved on to something else. I can get two other optics for the price of that. So that's what I did. And recently I just decided to give them another shot. And so far so good. I haven't had any fogging issues. I've dropped this one, no issues so far. It's still perfectly fine. Like I'll wait until a really, really hot day, leave the car out in the sun or whatever, let the car get really hot, keep the gun on me in the AC inside, and then get in the car and then see if there's fogging, because usually it happens with sunglasses and regular glasses. It'll just fog up, and it will fog up, but I'll clean it off and then it'll be crisp, nothing internal or anything like that. So far so good, no issues, really digging it. Now the problem Aimpoint is having is these P2s are very polarizing. It's either people I talk to about them, they really like them, or people really hate them. They think they're overpriced, trash, whatever. So it's going to be very hard for Aimpoint to convert people. So in my opinion, their best bet would be to beef up the P2 and then release a P3 version to remind people that, hey, we're still Aimpoint. We still do this optic thing. And keep it moving that way rather than do the SIG method where it's you put your head in the sand and pretend like nothing is happening, because clearly people have had issues. You go on Reddit, there's issues left and right, and it's a polarizing thing. Now I don't have access to data to say that 80% of people that buy these have issues with them. We do not know what the statistics are to these issues, but I do know that there's quite a few people online that have had issues with these, whether it's cracking, whether it's the fogging issue, whatever. So clearly there's some type of QC problem or QC disconnect there. But whatever it is, if I was Aimpoint, I would beef that up and then release a P3 just to remind folks that we still got it. So because as far as looks go for a box dot like this, I think this is the best looking dot out there right now, period. Like it's such a distinct, clean look. Like I it looks so good. And like I said, apart from the fogging issues, I've never had any other type of issues with them. They're excellent in my opinion. So, but it's really hard to convince someone that has had issues, because again, these things are $600. You pay $600 for something plus tax. You expect it to work right away. You expect it to work and function the way it's supposed to. Even if they have great customer service, which they do, it's just not something you're looking to do when you're increasing the price point that you're investing in when you're buying products like this. So it's like when you buy something at a high price point, you expect the elevated customer service, you expect the elevated product, elevated ingredients, elevated parts, etc. So with these P2s, that's what needs to happen. There needs to be a beefed up version of these, release a P3, and then reestablish confidence. Because I'll run into buddies that are like, had horrible experiences, think they're trash, and then I've run into buddies that are in love with these. They put them on everything they have. So like I said, so far it's been working out great. I'm building a couple of AR9s and I'm putting a couple of them on them and testing it on that because I really dig the look. And um, that's what it comes to nowadays. If something is reliable, it really comes down to other superficial things like how something looks and performs. And she performs and she looks great. So that's what it takes. So if, and for reference, I've been testing out this Siley Wolf Edge on multiple pistols. Never had any fogging issues. Never had any issues with the dot itself. It was crisp. It was bright. Um, glass was great. No tint issues. Whatever. And this was like $200. Whatever. It's affordable. So that's the thing. Again, another issue that Aimpoint is going to run into is that red dots are being released faster and faster and they're getting better and better. So you cannot just rely on your reputation these days, because there's companies like Siley that are going to continue to put out affordable optics that work, function, and are durable. There's tons of durability tests on these on YouTube, and they work, they run. A ton of people have vouched for these being reliable. Now, this is a mixed bag. It's either they're not reliable for some people when they do their tests, or they are. So they either are or they aren't. And that's an issue when you're considered to be a quality or high value brand that provides just expensive stuff. So, and it kind of sucks again, because these things are awesome when they're running, they look awesome, and hopefully Aimpoint figures it out. So just a quick little conversation that we tend to not have most of the time on YouTube, and I figured I'd have it with you guys. What do you guys think? I know that's extremely polarizing. Do you like the P2? Do you think they're durable? What was your experience like if you've owned one or currently own one? Would you recommend them to people? Let me know in the comment section. I'm extremely interested to see what you guys think, what your experiences have been. And yeah, just thought that I'd share that today. I've just been thinking about, and I also have this mounted on this Zev using a Dauntless engineering plate. I have another video that I'm going to talk about, if it even matters, the optic height, the red dot height on your pistol, which let me just say right now, it doesn't. If you're training, it doesn't matter how low it sits. It doesn't matter how high it sits. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, just I was pondering about these P2s, and I was like, damn, it's been a while since I actually trained with them, and got a couple, got a few of them, and so far the batch has been good. So I don't know if it's a QC issue, but for $600, we don't want to be having those issues. So let me know in the comment section what you think about these P2s. Again, appreciate you guys watching these videos. Appreciate you guys going on this journey with me. Do something great. Do something positive, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.